All right, on this episode of Bouts Talking Bouts, happy to be talking to an individual who's fighting at Bellator 233. It's going on November the 8th, a light heavyweight tilt between Christian Edwards and Cesar Bennett, and I've got Christian on the show today. How's your day going so far there, man?
Good, it's going good. Good. I'm just got through training, and now I'm just waiting until my pad session with Coach Wayne.
Nice. Who are the regular sparring partners and coaches and everything you're working with ahead of this big fight here?
I've just been working with Coach Wink, Coach Greg Jackson, and Coach Joey, and my training partners have been Dontel Mays, who just fought at UFC Singapore, and Devin Clark. And, I was working with Patchy Mix when he was here before he went back to New York, and been a good camp. I've been blessed with good training partners and great coaches.
Yeah, so that, Jackson Wink scholarship situation is, still paying dividends for you and everything like that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it seems like a great culture in the gym and stuff like that, getting ready for another big fight here. I'm kind of wondering, like, is there a different set of, like, feelings or considerations heading into, the second pro fight here? Is it an altogether different sort of thing, or is it kind of just like business as usual? You feel similar to how you felt with your initial Bellator foray?
Um, yeah, it's pretty much the same feelings, honestly. I mean, I'm just excited that I'm actually gonna get to you know fight again before the end of the year, because that's what I was worried about. After my last fight, I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get another fight because it ended so quickly. But I'm glad I'm able to fight again, and yeah, I'm just gonna go in there and yeah, just same thing as last time, just have fun and walk away with the win.
Yeah, and with your opponent having that 0-0 record there, I imagine that's kind of just a thing of like you focus on your own efforts. There's maybe like a clean slate sort of perception of what your opponent brings to the table, like maybe make adjustments on the fly on fight night. Or have you been able to maybe find like some like amateur footage or things like that for Cesar Bennett?
Yeah, no, I mean I haven't found anything, but I mean it's business as usual. You know what I mean? Like I can adjust when I need to, so I feel like that's not much of a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I get what you're saying on that end, but you're talking about wanting to, get in that other fight in 2019, which ended up coming to fruition. I'm wondering though, do you have any express goals for 2020 as we're getting ready for the new year here?
Honestly, man, my goals for 2020 is to just make a statement and make sure that I can hopefully get into the top 10 before the end of the year next year. I'd like to be in the light heavyweight top 10 of Bellator for sure. And yeah, I definitely by the end of 2020, I'd like to be talked about for title contention. Because that's the goal. Obviously, is to fight for a title, and that's definitely the number one goal. But also, I mean, second goal is just to make a lot of money, because obviously that's also another plus of what we do, that we make when we actually are fighting on that level, we make good money. So yeah, that's also another goal. But yeah, those are my two biggest goals for sure. But off the top of my head, I can't really think of any others right now.
No, I mean that makes sense because it seems like there's a certain unclear picture at the top, with Ryan Bader kind of having the light heavyweight and heavyweight titles, and it seems like maybe he's going to be fighting in Ryzen before the year wraps up and everything like that. So it could work out in a way where like once you kind of get to the top 10 there, achieve your goal for the new year, maybe things clear up in that title picture and there's more of like a clear path ahead for a title shot.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't know too much about like Ryan Bader and what his future plans are. You know what I mean? But I mean, if, when I get to that, when I am being discussed for a title shot, like if Bader's still the champ, then that's who I'll fight.
And imagine there'd be a level of confidence coming from fighting an opponent like that. I mean, obviously MMA math doesn't work, but sparring with a guy like John Jones, who has previously defeated Ryan Bader, I imagine there's like a measure of confidence that would come from like how you think you would do against Bader, for instance.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's my biggest. That's definitely one of my biggest attributes. I feel like is my confidence. I am very confident in what I do. And, um, I feel like once I do get to that level, I'll be ready for that fight. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it'll be a good fight for me once I am at that. Once I am competing at that level. You know, fighting top five guys.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the confidence definitely comes through in a lot of different ways. Like I remember the last time we were talking, I had brought up the fact that you like told a date that you were gonna like be on TV one day and that she should be kind of like looking out for you. Which like that's definitely a flex, but I like it. I dig it.
Yeah, man. I mean, you gotta have fun with it, right? You know what I mean? It's just I don't know. I like what I do, and I think I'm pretty good at it. So it's just I don't know how I feel. Not an act, you know what I mean? It's just who I am.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's a very natural sense of confidence from what I can tell. But I mean, it seems like you also have a good training relationship with Diego Sanchez. What do you think is sort of next for Diego? I saw some reports that maybe he's gonna fight in Lethway going forward, but also there's maybe some dialogue about him fighting Damian Maya. Has he offered any level of insight to you or anything like that, or not so much?
Yeah, to be 100% honest with you, man, I haven't talked to Diego in months, dude. Like it's been like probably like 2 or 3 months since I talked to Diego, and
Oh,
he's just I don't know. He's I like Diego. Actually, I love Diego like a brother, really. I mean, because he really took me under his wing when he was still here, and he definitely did a lot for me, and I always will appreciate Diego as a friend, But as a fighter, I feel like I don't know, he's just lately some of the decisions he's been making towards his fight career, I feel like he's just kind of making a fool of himself, But that's just me. I don't. I mean, that's nothing against Diego. I love Diego, but I mean, I don't know. Whatever he chooses to do with his future, that's him and his career. You know what I mean? I'm more focused on me and my career, but I don't really agree with the decisions he's been making as far as his fight career. But I mean, he's his own fighter. You know what I mean? So if he thinks that's what's best, then more power to him.
yeah, no, it sounds more of like a friendly kind of perspective than anything from what I can tell.
Yeah, for sure. No animosity at all. Like I mean, like I said, I care about Diego a lot. I mean, he's like a brother to me. So it's like if he feels like that's the best move for him, then more power to him.
But absolutely, it's about focusing on your own career and having the autonomy with all of that. And I kind of briefly mentioned Ryzen a little earlier in the conversation. Is that something that would interest you at some point down the line? Maybe doing like a cross promotional thing where you go over to Japan and maybe compete in a ring under a different rule set? Does that hold any level of intrigue to you?
Honestly, man, not really. Should be told, like if I was ever gonna fight for any other organization other than Bellator, it for sure would be the UFC. I would definitely think about the UFC if I was gonna fight somewhere else other than Bellator. Like my future in Bellator for sure is either title contention or if not title contention, like if they're not talking about me fighting for a title by the end of my contract with them, then I for sure will look at the UFC. I'm not saying that I will go to the UFC, but it's something I will look at. If by the end of my contract with Bellator they're not talking about me fighting for a title, then yeah, I'll look at the UFC.
Yeah, I get that. It seems like a byproduct of you being goal oriented and wanting to have like that championship hardware. So I get what you're saying. That's an interesting path, though. Yeah, I could definitely see you succeeding on either circuit and everything like that. But you've been great with your time, man. Is there anything you'd like to sort of add as a parting thought as we're kind of wrapping things up here, though?
No, man. Honestly, I'm just ready to fight, man. Like that's what I do. I like to fight, and I love the media stuff too. The media is always fun, but yeah, man, I'm just ready to fight.
I think people are ready to check this one out. It goes on the preliminary portion, and November the 8th is when people can check that out. Bellator 233, and it's going to be a great fight. A light heavyweight tilt. Cesar Bennett getting in there, and going to be getting in there with Christian Edwards. Appreciate all the time and all the insights, Christian. Best of luck with the remainder of preparations and everything, and hopefully you have a great rest of your day too, man.